Hi, Justin.
Hi,
Justin.
All right, so no need to recap last session as this is a one shot. So a little bit of the concept behind this one shot. This is the last battle before the Guildpact is formed and Ravnica is cut off from the other planes of the multiverse. So this is you guys playing as notable figures from Ravnica's history. Two of them, Ravnica's present as well, as they are guild leaders, facing off against, well, the reason why Ravnica had to be sealed away from the other planes. In a moment, I'm going to bring you onto a new map and not the Lyzada's Manor basement map. But just a little bit of additional context. The three of you, Niv Mizzet, Perun of the Izzet League, Rakdos, Lord of Riots, leader of the Cult of Rakdos, and Simple Massis, a dude who really likes pigs, and his mount, Ilharg the Raiseboar, god of swine and apocalypses, are all joining together in a final battle led by Jace Bellerin, Planeswalker, and the Living Guildpact against the 5 Nephilim, eldritch creatures from another plane that have spawned madness and terrors on Ravnica. Jace is preparing you to bring you into the area between planes, a piece of the astral sea, where you will fight against these 5 Nephilim. They cannot be killed, but the goal is for you to incapacitate them for long enough where Jace can seal them here and seal Ravnica off from the rest of the planes. Any questions before we begin?
None here.
All right.
Does incapacitate just mean damage a lot?
Yeah, it means basically stay alive and keep Jace alive for long enough for him to complete the ritual.
Well, that's what they want to do, not what me and, well, what I want to do anyway. Right?
Well,
we're all uniting against some common foe, yes?
Yes, you are all uniting against some common foe.
Okay.
1 second. The lighting seems to be a bit messed up. I apologize. Give me a moment.
Unacceptable.
You know what? I'm going to put one of your... Can you guys all see on here?
I can see.
No.
I think that's because NPCs don't grant sight. Now can you see?
Yes.
No. Ah, yes.
Okay, just took a second to load. So,
I was about to say, so you do a reverse Kai where there's a tiny little man on Niv Mizzet's shoulder.
there's just a little blue monk on his shoulder. But yeah, so Jace Bellerin, Planeswalker, and the Living Guildpact summons you all into this area between the planes, a bastion of the astral sea, and you see the 5 abominations that you must protect him against while he tries to seal them in this kind of demi-plane. With that, because this is pretty much just a combat session, I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
I never could have foreseen this happening. Oh, look at me go. So which one is Jace? Is this one in the middle that we're trying to say?
Yes, the
Yeah.
human-sized guy in blue.
Hold on,
That-
who is just Connor?
It didn't update my token's name. Give me a second. I can fix that.
Yep, I also just realized that the stat block I'm using for Jace still has the old stat block name. So we're just gonna delete that message out. All right. As we begin, you find yourselves facing off against these eldritch nightmares, larger than life itself, although all of you are also larger than life itself. Lord Rakdos, the chaos here is palpable. You know that for once you can let loose and simply enjoy the art of violence. What would you like to do?
Is this me here?
That is you.
Hold on, let me look at my distance again. 40 feet. Oh, it's 30 more than I'm used to. Okay. I'm gonna go for this one. Oh, that's 15.
You can also
40.
fly 80 feet in a single move if you want.
Oh, I will do that. So that's another 40 to go here. Can I go on top? You know, I'll just go right here. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go after this one. And I'm gonna use...
Jesus,
my
what was
lar-
that?
I have no idea. I'm gonna use... So my legendary actions don't have an effect on the actions that I can take during my turn. I can
Correct.
choose on my turn, but I don't have to.
No. Legendary actions are only ever at the end of someone else's turn.
Okay. So in that case, I'm gonna hit him with my scythe. Nice. And
A
I'm gonna
33 will hit.
Woohoo! Yeah.
As you sprout fiery demonic wings from your back, fly over, pulling your scythe out from the ether and slashing this monstrous, like, almost fortress-looking being, cleaving through a chunk of the stone that makes up its torso as it falls to the ground.
Yeah. That is all.
You do get 2 attacks if you would like to
Oh,
use
I
a second
do?
one. Yeah, so
Oh,
you
okay.
have multi-attack. So you can make
Oh.
2 scythe attacks, 2 claws attacks, or 1 of each.
You know, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So. Trying to roll it. It's not working. Ah, there you go. Oh! Another one!
You once again cleave through this thing as you just see as a chunk of it comes off. But one thing you notice, even though your scythe is wreathed in flames, the flames don't seem to reach the body of the thing as they simply lick up the stone torso of it and fizzle out. You're cleaving through it with the scythe itself, but the flames do not seem to affect it much.
Okay. Now I'm done.
All right. That brings us to Jace, who begins the ritual and is going to start sealing off this demiplane and Ravnica from the rest of the world. And he does manage to successfully start as he beats the 25 DC for the first round of casting the ritual. Now the one that you have attacked, Rakdos, turns to you, its stone-like face hovering above its body, turning creepily towards you before the large stone face above you, it floats over and opens up to reveal like rows of jagged, almost like, you know, the like the statues in a mausoleum. It looks like it has rows of teeth made up of those as it goes to bite you.
Interesting. No cheese.
And that will definitely hit.
Yeah.
As it clamps down onto your arm, and you feel just this strange, like, mental presence begin to streak into your mind as you feel your mind begin to corrupt a little bit. Give me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Where's the saving throw? With advantage.
A 27 manages to beat the spell DC of 22 as you feel the paralyzing presence of madness erupting through you from this. But you are the Lord of Riots. You are the Lord of Madness. And this imposter cannot stop you.
Yeah, get wrecked.
It is now going to try and claw at you. As a piece of its torso that you have cleaved off kind of rises up from the ground, forming a stone claw and striking out at you. Just barely hitting.
Oh, he got the 3 and that landed? Oh my god.
Hey, you also have like a plus 15 to hit.
Oh, fair.
And it is going to claw at you once more with this floating stone hand. Striking once again, but you are still able to resist the madness that it has brought upon you.
Nice.
Now, the next of the abominations goes. And you see as it moves and it is covered in like these pustules and eyes. And for a moment, all of the eyes lock on to Jace as he attempts to feeble-mind him. And Jace fails.
Does me being 30 feet up mean he's out of my 30-foot aura?
I will say that we're expanding you to be as if you were on the ground. The mount's not going to interfere with that. He
Then
is within
gets,
your aura.
+4 to that. But that doesn't help.
that's not going to be quite enough. Bringing him to an 18 still leaves him below the DC. I don't know if Pat is back yet, but I do believe...
I'm here.
Would you like to counterspell that?
Oh wait, do I have counterspell?
You do have counterspell.
I do, and it's only 3rd level. What level's Feeble Mind?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Wait, hold on. Let me double check that I don't have Feeble Mind. I don't. So, all right. Is a 29 enough?
A 29 is enough to you immediately recognize Feeble Mind, the terrifying 8th level spell.
So,
so you can either cast Counterspell normally and do the roll off to see if you're able to beat the DC to counter it, or you can upcast Counterspell to 8th level and immediately cancel it out.
the DC is 10 plus the spell's level. Ooh. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. My spellcasting ability is intelligence.
So you would have a plus 18 to the roll, which means you cannot actually fail. I just realized.
No, it's an ability check, so it's only a plus 10.
You don't have proficiency in it?
Oh. Yeah, duh. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast it at level 3 then.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed counter. You don't even have to roll, as you see that the ritual is about to be
Still gonna do
interrupted. Fair. Yeah, so you get a 26.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see that Jace is too focused on the ritual, is not paying attention, and is about to be overtaken by the madness of this thing, reducing him to nothing more than a babbling child. And you simply snuff the magic out of the air. Once again, these things are abominations. Rakdos might be a lord of
So
madness.
are we.
You are a lord of magic. Nice. And then this thing, feeling its magic get snuffed out by you, is going to start treading towards you. And it just kind of floats above the ground. It's almost as if the air distorts as it moves. It isn't crawling towards you. The space between you and it is simply disappearing. But it only casts one spell a turn.
Well, at the end of its turn, I would like to, as I snuff out its spell and it moves towards me, I'm just going to go freeze.
Right, you do have legendary action cantrips. Oof.
Well, that's a nat 1 to hit.
That will miss.
That is one of the only times that can miss.
You know what? There are some of them that can avoid a 2 or a 3. But yeah, that's a bit rough. Yeah, so you open up your mouth and you let out this beam of frost from it, but you're not used to the way this thing moves and shifts the space around it. And while it's kind of moving and erasing that space, it simply erases the ray of frost out of the air as it inches closer to you. Ilharg the Razeboar, what is the god of the apocalypse going to do?
Ilharg, with 0 languages known, does not speak through this trivial thing known as language. And so Ilharg is just gonna rush in blindly with a or is that pig enough? Or is it more of like no, but it's gargantuan, so it needs to be like a yeah, that's closer to what we're doing.
Thank you, Connor.
Speed of 60, so let me select. Oh, I do have it selected. Silly
Nope.
me.
Pat, that was a good music choice. Give me a second, I'll get that up.
I just had it on YouTube playing in the background.
Move 60. I'll have to move the good old rider afterwards. But where is it? Somewhere in here. Aggressive. Ilharg is able to use his bonus action to move its speed again.
Also, is that a good balancing level for the music as background?
I can barely hear it.
How about that?
A little better. Still pretty quiet. That's good.
Yeah. So, and at the back, we have, I believe,
Wait, what was that, Connor? You were like really cutting in and out there.
hello.
Hello.
I can hear you fine now.
Alright, so I believe you made the Tusks multi-attack too, right?
The Tusks have 2 attacks, yes.
Alright, so... Oh, I have my card. Really new, I've been in my own boundary. So...
Yeah, 29 is definitely enough to hit.
So there is the normal. Then because I move at least 20 feet straight towards the target and hit it up to the same turn, it also does charge damage.
Jesus.
Woo! Yeah.
So Ilharg just comes and tusks and gores this thing. Poor Bastion goes for another slash as the barbarian pig god is the god of the apocalypse. It would not be the apocalypse if Ilharg were not here. No speak on whether this is stopping the apocalypse or creating it.
Yeah, no, you and Ilharg are here not because you want to prevent the apocalypse, but because when it comes, it's your doing, not these things.
Yes, so Ilharg is here to slaughter those that, what's the word, don't know their fucking place. Yeah. In turn, as Ilharg charges in with its 4 beast shield screaming and squelching and starts flailing and attacking all.
Niv-Mizzet, seeing Ilharg just run up and butcher this thing, is going to take advantage of the opening that he now sees physically.
Nice. Yeah, a 20 is enough to hit.
Alright. And now he is going to can I just place a template real quick just to see what this looks like? Because I
Sure.
have no way to I'm not going to consume the resource or recharge because I just need to see what this looks like first. Yeah, that. Okay, so there is a way. You know what? We're gonna close that. Can I delete the template, please? No?
I can get rid of it for you.
That's a big fire.
That
Well,
is a
anyway.
big fire breath, Jesus.
Nivmis is going to come right here and just say, "You've all made a mistake coming here." And yeah, he's gonna use that breath. And oh god, I can't wait to see what this looks like on the screen.
Oh god!
So that is going to be, for those three, a DC 25 dex save.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright.
Alright, well I got 2 failures on that.
You did get 2 out of 3 failures as you engulf these things in flame. Yeah, you just engulf these things in flame. You see as the 2 in the back, the one with the kind of like eyes in its chest starts just almost shuddering in and out of existence as it tries to like pat out the flames. The larger one spewing things from its mouth is able to like, you see as it kind of spews up a sand wall, which immediately crystallizes into glass and shatters onto him, but it does avoid the brunt of the flames. The one directly in front of you, it almost seems like the flames simply like shudder and pass through it, as if the space that it's in simply disappears. It is completely unaffected by the breath of flame.
Alright then. I figured that might happen for one of them. But goddammit, that was too cool. I needed to use that.
Yeah, that was awesome, and you just did a lot to the other 2 still. Even the one that succeeded just took a sizable chunk of damage. I mean, like, yeah, half that and it's still in the fucking 40s.
Yeah, alright.
Alright.
I think that's my entire turn, though.
That will bring us to the one who kind of, like, spewed out this... Oh, what was that, Katie?
Can I use one of my legendary actions?
You can.
You can.
Can I do... I'm gonna do the touch of pain on the one directly in front of me.
Okay, so that will use up all 3 of your legendary actions.
And then I would get all of them back after when?
When it gets
at the
back
start
to
of your next turn.
turn.
At the start of my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
That is important to know. That's okay. I will do it.
All right, so it needs to make a DC 25 con save.
Is it coming through? I'm like rolling it on the character sheet.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, is it like... I'm trying to like roll the dice, the die next to it on the character sheet, but it's just not...
That's fine, I'll just do it for you.
Okay.
You're also not targeting it, so that might be why it's not letting it.
Oh, I thought I was. Oh, I have my sheet like in a separate tab just because it's easier for me to read. So.
Yeah, no worries.
Might be some weirdness pop out.
That being said, It fails the con save.
Yeah, let's go,
And-
baby.
You like reach out this demonic claw and spew abyssal energy into this thing. It may be made of the void, but you are made of the abyss. And you see as its stone face kind of shudders and changes, and the separate body parts that are floating around next to each other, you see as like the tether between them begins to weaken, and the body condenses itself back into a single form just a little bit more so that it can keep itself up. That is really good. Yeah, so it cannot concentrate on anything, and it is poisoned for 1 minute.
Woo!
Nice.
That no concentration on anything is huge.
Woo! Go big or go home.
All right. So that is your legendary actions. So now the one that spewed up that like wall of sand that shattered into glass as the breath of flames wreathed over it. You see as it starts to like once again let out this spray of sand, but this time it clamps its face onto the ground that you're all standing on, and you feel as the entire area begins to rock and shudder.
Ooh, that's a big earthquake.
It is literally the entire place.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh wait, is this an effect or is this? No, this is a spell. I can see
This
it.
is a spell, and you can see it. Would you like to counterspell it?
This one, I
Right, he is out.
oh, I will not.
All right, I think I still. Okay, that is every. Wow, almost everybody failed that.
You
Uh,
failed it?
Actually, not almost everybody. A few people passed. So Rakdos passed. Rakdos passed, and Ilharg passed, and Jace passed. Some of the Nephilim passed. The rest of you failed, as I don't know why it didn't roll damage. Okay, so everyone who failed is currently knocked prone. So that would be Niv Mizzet, which I think might actually be immune to prone.
It doesn't say that I am,
Then you are not.
because that would be a condition immunity, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I am not immune to that.
Some creatures with fly speeds become immune to prone. All right. so-
Dragons can definitely still be knocked onto the ground.
Yeah. Luckily for you, Connor, you're riding on Ilharg, who succeeded. So while you are kind of like knocked down, clutching onto him, you are still on top of a boar god who succeeded. The Witch Maw failed. I wish this one applied automatically. This is kind of a pain in the ass. That is prone. And that is prone. So yeah, you see as some of your group, as well as some of them, are completely knocked down as they kind of like fall to the ground, the plane of existence you are on shuddering beneath your feet. And that is actually that thing's entire turn, as Earthquake is a multi-round spell. Now the Glint Eye is going to... This one succeeded, I think. Yeah, this one was not knocked prone. And it is going to... Where is this thing? It's going to run up to Ilharg. And it is going to open up its stomach, that the stone plate in the middle of its stomach separates out into a wide toothy maw that then tries to wrap around Ilharg. Clamping down on him and tearing out a chunk of flesh.
Okay, real quick, I'm going to use the reaction against that. Simple is going to use the reaction because his fighting style is... Where is it? Interceptor. So I reduced it by 8 damage.
Nice.
So I'll just manually... Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so you kind of like, even though you were knocked against this this by the earthquake, you're able to at the last second throw your shield in the way and block some of the teeth. So only the lower part of its jaw was able to dig into Ilharg instead of the upper half. And then, as it has its mouth kind of around you, it is going to begin breathing out fire onto you.
Oh, that's a lot of fire.
Not quite as much as Niv Mizzet's, but close, as it sends out this overwhelming stream of flame that just burns you up. And I don't think it has any additional... Yeah, it's just damage. All right.
I don't know if I saw... Did you ever roll damage for Earthquake?
I realized Earthquake begins doing damage at the start of the turn after it is cast. So turn 1, it knocks people prone. Turn 2, it starts creating fissures that deal damage.
Okay.
All right. That is going to be it for the Glint Eye's turn.
And at the end of the Glint Eye's turn, I would like to turn to it and say, "Don't steal my thunder." Hold on, I had to target. You. Legendary action to hit it with a firebolt, which is actually instead going to do lightning damage.
Aha! Yeah, I forgot that you can change up your elements on will.
That is not supposed to be 1d10. That is supposed to be 4d10.
Yeah, you are a level 20 spellcaster.
So I'm just gonna roll 3 more. Better. So that is going to be 29 lightning damage.
Yeah, as you send out this burst of flames, and as it's right about to hit, and you see the maw where it just let out its own burst of flames kind of turn towards it, you see as it like fizzles out for a second and then crackles into electricity, sending jolts up this thing's body, and it starts to shudder. Very nice.
What?
What was that?
Charlie's whining at me.
Oh, gotcha. All right. This last one, the one that kind of just looks like a giant. Honestly, I wish I could
a maggot?
No, it looks like a giant fucking penis with teeth at the head.
Yeah.
It's bad, but I didn't make the art. The Magic the Gathering team did. This thing is just going to sprint forward.
Uh-oh.
And it gets there. Not quite enough to get to Jace, but it is enough to attack Ilharg. As while it goes past you, it kind of like spins this long neck around to the side and tries to take a bite out of Ilharg.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so this thing on its kind of like drive-by just takes a fucking chunk out of him and rips a piece of flesh out of Ilharg's shoulder as you just hear this monstrous roar come out of it. And then as it's going past, it also drags its claws across his body. Also, I just realized I'm making all of these private rolls. They're meant to be public.
Oops.
Oh gosh.
Got him.
The first one scrapes away at the flesh from within where it was already, where he was already lost a chunk of flesh. Excuse me. But the second one, Ilharg, roaring in pain, dodges out of the way of the last claw. But now, as it passes Ilharg by, it turns its attention towards Jace casting the ritual. All right, simple. What would you like to do?
And wait, is it close enough? I think that's 15 feet, don't you think?
Yes, that is 15 feet from you.
You.
Hi. Yes, hello.
Oh, come on. That's 2.
Oh, no.
You also targeted the wrong one. But
Okay,
that
well,
one, it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you swing your tail around, but this thing is like crawling far too fast, and as you whip your tail around, it almost like crawls over the tail, twisting over. You know the fucking purple like chameleon guy from Monsters Inc?
Yep.
This guy just does the little like crawl over you as you try and swipe at it. All right, simple. What would you like to do?
All right, clarification. Was the fire breath technically, quote, an attack?
It was a special ability.
It's whenever a creature hits you with an attack, that creature takes psychic damage equal to your charisma modifier.
That was not an attack.
Okay, just then I am going to, as I like sort of get up, stop being, knocked around, and just sort of get up and do a T pose as I just say, Behold, the Swine Father, Eater of all, the Raiser of the End. As I use Invincible Conqueror, which is basically I become quote an avatar of conquest, which we're going with an avatar of the apocalypse. And for the next minute, I have resistance to all damage. If I take an attack, I can make an additional attack, and I crit on 19 and 20.
I love the idea that this is like a manifestation of your oath. So on top of Ilharg the Raisebor, you see a spectral version of Ilharg the Raisebor just standing on top of him, getting ready to murder.
There's Ilharg on the bottom that's fighting, and Ilharg on top T-posing on these losers.
Don't on me, so
All right. Do you do anything else, or is that your whole turn?
Unfortunately, paladins don't get many bonus actions. So that's my turn.
That's fair. Lord Rakdos, what would you like to do?
So, can I fly, like, through here?
You can. Your tiller, the one that's like made out of stone, would get an attack of opportunity on you.
So I go this way, that's 35, and this way...
No, it's this one gets an attack of opportunity on you because you're leaving its range. This one would not.
Oh, sorry, I was zoomed out, or I was zoomed in too much. That's okay. I will still do the 40 this way. Let it take its attack of opportunity.
It is prone, so it has disadvantage on this.
Ooh.
It's also poisoned, so it has disadvantage on this.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
think
man.
a 27 will still hit, though.
I hate to see it.
As the stone head kind of just twists at the last second, clamping into your leg as it bites down and tries to now send up a similar stream of fire onto you as you did to it. And just like it ignored your fire, you ignore the flames that come out of this thing's stone mouth. All right,
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go in between these two. If I
Okay,
can
if you go there, you will also get an attack of opportunity from the next one.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Because it's about leaving their range
Yeah,
is when you get the attack.
Alrighty. That's fine. I'm gonna target this one. The wormy guy. And I'm gonna give it... Does this do just like revelry? Oh no, that's my action. Oh, that's my legendary action.
Sadistic Revelry is in legendary action. Legendary action, I mean. But I also just checked your sheet, and it looks like I didn't port this in right. You do have, at will, 5th level Hellish Rebuke. So when that thing hit you, you could use your reaction to send up a spout of flames at it. It is worth noting, it already ignored your flames before, but this is good to remember for the future. I'll make sure that it's on your sheet.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you bring this scythe down onto the thing, and you see as it kind of just like screams out in pain.
You know, they say what's one more, you know?
I'm just waiting for you to get, like... I'm waiting for fucking the 20th level paladin to crit, get a smite it, and just delete one of these things.
The 20 level paladin that crits on a 19 and a 20.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so you bring down this scythe onto it again, and you are just cleaving through chunks of its flesh, and it's screaming out in pain, but you see this one far more than anything else. Like, the others seem satisfied engaging all of you. This one is just going straight for Jace. All right. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No.
Jace is going to make another Arcana check to try and continue the ritual. And above a 30 gets 2 successes. As you see, he begins to begin floating just a little bit in the air. The ritual circles on the ground that he created are beginning to shift and swirl with arcane energy. It looks like he is making quick progress on this ritual. You may only need another round or two to allow him to complete it and seal these things away for good.
Hey, this Jace guy, he seems pretty smart.
I mean, yeah. I don't get the joke.
Oh no, I'm just making a stupid observation.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a fucking smart dude. All right. That will bring us to the next one, unless anybody's using, and by anybody I mean Katie, because Katie has her legendary reactions back.
Yeah, boy.
So would you like to use one?
I do have a lot of turns left to go. Hold on. No, not right now.
All right. The Your Tiller takes a bit of movement to stand back up, recompose itself, orient the floating pieces of stone back into a somewhat body-like shape. And then it is going to... look straight at Niv Mizzet. And it starts to let out this resonant hum, and you feel once again the ground begin to shake beneath you. But only you this time, Niv Mizzet. I'm gonna need you. I think this should prompt you for a dex save.
It did not.
Sad. Buddy.
Can you make a dex save for me then?
Yes.
It's gonna be DC 20.
Is this a spell?
It is not.
Normal then.
Unfortunately, a 6 is not going to be enough as the ground opens up beneath you, splitting and letting out a stream of flame and lava. Oh,
that's why.
Yep, I was targeting the wrong person. That's my bad. How does Niv Mizzet feel about fire damage?
As this lava erupts from the ground beneath me, which I am still prone on, by the way, Niv Mizzet just gives a glance to this stone figure and just lets out this large, toothy grin at it.
All right. Yeah, immunity to fire damage causes you to completely ignore this It just gave you a little fucking spa retreat as you are laying down in this vat of magma, and it feels good. But you do notice it's not just the lava that forms. Noxious gases are beginning to come out of it. Not enough to affect you now, but it seems like there is now a centered below you, so there. But you don't have to make the Constitution save until the start of your turn. So the ones that it just prompted, just roll it with advantage right now and ignore the result.
Well, it was not with advantage, but
You're still fine, yeah. Katie, it should have prompted you for something.
Oh, sorry. I had my character sheet open. So, since it was in another tab.
Yeah, we're ignoring this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take those as your rolls at the beginning of your turn anyway, because you rolled normally.
Do I have to do the dex one too?
What?
I got a dex and a constitution. Do I need to do those?
I don't know what the dex is. Oh, that's from when
the dex was the lava fissure.
Just roll it. It's fine.
Woo!
All right. Yeah, so this thing lets out a fissure of lava and the noxious gases begin to spew into the air. But you are completely fine for the moment. All right. Now, the one that seems to kind of distort space is going to act. And it's going to look at you, Niv Mizzet, the one who countered its feeble mind, who had the audacity to take that magic away from it. And it is going to try and eye bite you.
Not eye bite.
What about you, bite?
I don't... It's supposed to be targeting you, but it targeted itself. I literally have you targeted on my screen. I'm so confused.
Do you also have it targeted?
No.
Niv Mizzet used confusion. It hit itself in its confusion.
Could you please give me a wisdom saving throw with advantage because this is a spell or cast counterspell? A 26 is enough to avoid it as you feel the magic begin to course over you, but once again, you are the Lord of Magic here, and it is simply trying to take your place. You will not allow it to. But after that, it is going to give one claw attack against you as well. And since you are still prone, it does have advantage. And it misses because it's fucking trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it once again like distorts space to get a little bit closer to you. You are just showing this thing up. You are canceling out its magics. You are avoiding its attacks. You are the antithesis of this thing. Now,
is that the end of its turn? Yes.
Is.
Okay. As it reaches down with its claw, I just want to grab it. $19? Yeah.
Yes,
oh, it was a 29,
a 29
not a 19.
will hit.
So 17 lightning damage as it attempts to claw me, and I just grab its hand and just send these shocks straight through its whatever the fuck this thing is made of.
It is, and I'll show it, but like, it is eyes and tentacles and like bulbous pustules. It is beyond mortal understanding.
Yeah, that looks like something I want to keep lightning damage on.
But yeah, you see as the like electricity kind of courses up it, and some of the pustules on its head like begin to like crack and burst as they ripple with electricity. And now Ilharg, what is it gonna do, Connor?
Ilharg is rage and destruction incarnate. As such, there is this aura around it that begins to affect even the creatures as vile and alien as these ones. They have to make a, I don't know if that was automated or not, but it's just all creatures of its choice within 60 feet make a wisdom saving throw DC 19, or they have to spend their action making a single melee attack.
All right, yeah, I think I need to do those manually. So they all make a wisdom save, you said?
Yes.
The glint eye. What's the DC?
19.
That one succeeds.
Wait a minute. Glint eye. You son of a bitch. Connor, do you see what you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is directly related to events in your campaign right now.
Okay, given that I am Niv Mizzet, and I know for a fact Rakdos also exists, this very well could be the same glint eye.
Oh, Connor's seen the art for that thing before.
Oh yeah. This is
Connor had an out-of-body experience once reading, or Fox had an out-of-body experience once reading that book and communed with that thing directly once. Merolathia said other things were coming back too. So the one that looks like a giant penis with a mouth did fail.
nice. That's the one I wanted to fail.
So what does it have to do on its turn?
All it can spend its turn doing is making a single melee weapon attack against the nearest creature.
All right, yeah, that's going to be a toss-up between Ilharg and Rakdos. It will not attack Jace.
And then
Yep, it does regenerate each turn. And those are both free, I believe, so it still has its attacks.
yeah, those were both free actions that just happened. Do I, you know, if I move up 10, this thing will get an opportunity, but the glint eye won't, right?
Yeah, only the Ink Treader, the one next to Niv Mizzet, would get it.
Then I'm gonna go up there because we gotta line up a charge eventually again. But cannot do that right now because I'm gonna wait for probably things to not get less opportunity attacks.
A 13 is not going to be enough as it sends out this like ghastly inky claw towards you. But Ilharg is simply too fast at sprinting away.
This pig's too fast, too speedy. As
Gotta be
from
speedy,
atop,
gotta be
you just
quick.
hear the simple, ravenous ravings of "Beholds the Tusk Father, the bringer of the end times," as he continues slashing whatever target he wills.
That will hit. Nice. Yeah, you shove these tusks into it and you impale it through its side.
With a nice high-pitched squeal, another attack goes out towards. I'm not saying what I thought I'm thinking of saying, just that one.
Yep. You tusk him again. Oink oink, motherfucker.
The pig's here.
Yeah, no, Ilhard is just tearing through this thing as it jabs in and begins just ripping through the flesh of this thing's torso.
Yeah, I believe that shall be it.
Can I do my sadistic revelry?
You can.
I don't really need to roll for that, right? That's just anybody who's an ally within 60 feet of me, which should be both of you, can just like make another melee attack.
Oh,
What was that?
Yeah, so it is not a may, it is a must. You must use your reaction to move up to half of your speed to the nearest creature that you can see, and then make one melee attack against that creature if you can. So you are both within 5 feet of a creature. You both just get a melee attack. So that is actually all three of you. So Boar, Simple, and Niv Mizzet.
question. It says I must use up to half of my movement.
Provided it isn't already within 5 feet of that creature.
God damn it.
It has to be the closest creature.
Well, I mean, can I use that to stand up?
You know what? Sure. Yeah, I would say, like, it is attack, like, move and attack. Stand up is fine.
Yeah, not prone.
Woo!
That
You're
makes my life a little easier next turn.
Wait, so do I also get the sadistic revelry?
It is each creature. It is not you. It is all of your allies, but not yourself.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Alright, upon hearing Rakdos' call for chaos, Niv Mizzet will not waste a moment, spring to his feet, and just lash out with his fangs at this tentacled monstrosity.
A 30's gonna hit.
Well, I hope it's not immune to fire damage, but I think it might be.
This is the one that, as you bite down on it, your teeth sink in and begin to kind of tear into it, and it screeches a little bit. But as you let out a burst of flame through your teeth directed onto this thing, that part, like, nothing even bubbles or singes. It just seems to absorb the flames into its body.
So Ilharg and Simple both get a attack, right?
Correct.
I'll do pig first.
Yeah, once again, it just shoves its and this thing is now peppered with like 3-foot diameter holes in its side where the tusks have gone into it. So close to being a crit.
One day. And on top of that, I'm going to throw... Divine Smite isn't a spell in here, so I just have to go to here, and I will do it as... It's always as Radiant. I'm assuming these aren't fiends.
They are aberrations.
Okay. So I'm going to add 1d8 because I'm going to use a level 2 onto a Radiant or a Divine Smite on this thing.
All right. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you stab with this lance, this really, really long lance, off the back of Ilharg into, and like you kind of shove it into one of the holes that the tusks have made, and then you just send down a burst of radiant energy through the lance.
The power of the swine father.
And what was your like 20th level feature that you used last turn? Does that actually give you anything on this?
Let me double check. That gives me a lot of resistances.
Okay, if it's mostly resistances, then maybe not.
When I take the attack action, I can make an additional attack.
Gotcha.
Woo!
All right.
Wait. I have a quick question.
Yep.
Where are we in the order tracker? Because Niv Mizzet is highlighted. Connor was the one who was doing all of the stuff this time. So
Well-
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, but this is all from your legendary action.
Oh, we're still on that. Okay.
Yeah. And now they are going to start taking some legendary reactions or legendary actions.
Yeah.
So the one next to you, Niv Mizzet, is going to take a legendary action. Actually, it's going to use all 3 of its legendary actions to cast a spell that it knows.
Oh no. I don't like just cast a spell.
Casting Healing Word at level 1. Whoa.
Yay!
And it is going to target Simple
Oh no.
as it reaches into your mind and starts to fill your head with visions and discordant voices overlapping with each other. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw as it tries to dominate you.
Uh-oh.
Let's do that. I get the bonus of my charisma added onto that because of my aura. Let me quickly. Alright. Hey, that wasn't my roll. There's I'm sorry, but like 5 pop-ups came, so I'm just
Oh geez, yeah, I see a whole bunch of them. I will say, all of them are still below the 23 you needed.
wait, one of them was a D20 Divine Smite.
What?
What?
Oh god, I think something really got out of sync with the server there for a second. But as you do your wisdom saving throw, you try to resist this thing, but all you see, and you kind of like see as your vision begins to swim and shift, and you realize Ilharg is a god of the apocalypse. And these 5 beings, they are the ones that can help you bring it to Ravnica. You should be helping them, not fighting them. Now, Niv Mizzet, what would you like to do?
Alright. Question, offense or defense?
I think we should try to get one of these boyos out of the way so we're dealing with less legendary reactions.
Alright, well, what I'm going to do is fly to about right here, like 15 feet in the air or so,
Okay.
and I am going to... oh, hold on.
also-
God damn it, I still targeted the wrong one.
It's
on
worth
that.
noting at the beginning of your turn, you should roll to see if you get your fire breath back.
Oh, yes, I should.
So it's just roll a d6.
I didn't. But anyway, can I not roll the damage on that because I targeted the wrong guy. No, what? There it is. Shift. That's what I was looking for. So targeting. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is a multi-target spell. Let me do that.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but all of you need to go look at the moon right fucking now.
What?
The moon?
The moon is giant and amazing.
Hi, Lizzie.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah, give me a second to see, but it's also like 7 p.m. here, so I don't think it's out yet.
Okay, well, Zach, I don't think it's gonna work for you, but for the people on the East Coast, the moon is amazing right now. It's a super moon.
Anyway.
Yeah, I just checked and it is both daytime and cloudy, so no moon.
So, Zach, it didn't let me do that multi-target, but, the, Dune Brood, the Witch Maw, and the Ink Treader are also all taking that.
Well, they also make
Well, they
dex
all
saves,
roll
right?
dex saves.
Alright,
Yeah.
yeah, the glint eye failed. So it is getting racked with lightning. Let's... The Dune Brood failed. And
Which
that
means it has to
matters
roll a
because it's
concentration.
save, yeah.
That is exactly why I flew up and targeted the Glint Eye specifically.
A 25 is going to be enough to continue concentrating, though.
What's the formula for concentration?
10 or half the damage taken rounded up. So it would have been a DC 18. Or DC 19.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Makes sense.
But it does take the damage. But you do see this one seems almost a bit resistant to it as it like courses through, but this thing is tied into the earth and it is made of sand, and you see as the lightning kind of courses through it and immediately grounds itself. And then the Ink Shredder makes a save. Sorry, not Constitution, Dexterity. That is a failure. And this one does not resist lightning. So he is going to take the full 37 and make a concentration check. Succeeding with a 21.
Damn.
But you do see as it is once again like racked with electricity, and the pustules that make up its head start to like crackle and burst, and you even see as some of like the eyes that make up its body become bloodshot and kind of glass over a little bit. And then the last one is the Witch Maw. This is a lot more tedious when it doesn't auto roll for all of them.
Yeah, it didn't let me target them.
I can't believe they all failed. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And that one in particular, the big penis with a mouth, is really fucking looking hurt, as it is like, it is struggling. It is peppered with like multiple holes. It is being racked with fire and lightning, and it is shuddering in pain as you now send this bolt of lightning through it. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I think I will stay flying up here.
That is fair, as we are about to get to the next round of earthquakes.
Oh, good, you added the altitude for me.
Alright, so maintain concentration, so the earthquake continues, and now fissures begin to open up beneath various people, and it is going to... Alright, it is able to... It is random where these fissures open, so each person has a chance for the fissure to open underneath them. I'm just going to flip a coin for each of you. All right, for the glint eye, all of these evens is no fissure, odds is fissure. The glint eye gets a fissure. Ilharg does not get a fissure. The Witch Maw does not get a fissure. Rakdos gets a fissure.
Oh,
The Ink Treader gets a fissure. And the Yortiller does not get a fissure. So Rakdos and Witch Maw and Glint Eye all get a fit. Wow, that really worked out well for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, except for Rakdos.
Well, luckily for him, he does have a flying speed, so he's probably not going to die from this.
woo.
Right. The Glint Eye is... The Glint Eye, the fissure opens up beneath it, and it just gets sucked down into the astral void for a moment. You see as it kind of like grabs onto the bottom. Now it's almost on the like underbelly of this rock floating in the sky, holding onto it. It's going to lose its entire next turn. Rakdos, I need you to also make a dex save.
You got it, Chief.
And so will the Witch Maw. The Witch Maw is able to succeed, and as the ground splits up beneath it, it kind of like clambers off to the side and is able to stick onto it. Lord Rakdos, as the...
Within my range, so +4.
15 is still a failure.
Can I use one of my legendary resistances?
You can use a legendary resistance here.
Yeah.
So you feel as the ground shakes and a fissure opens up beneath you as the void threatens to suck you into the planar expanses, putting you into any number of the other planes. But you call upon the powers and the tides of chaos to shift the winds, pushing you against the wall where you grab on and clamber up, and you are not sucked in underneath the floating rock as the Glint Maw was, or the Glint Eye was.
That's right.
And that will bring us to the Glint Eye, unless anybody would like to use any legendary...
Oh, me. I would like to use one of my legendary actions, and I'm going to use my safe, which are my other two legendary for this round.
Wait, so what are you doing? Sorry, you're cutting in and out a little bit.
Oh, sorry, I'm using the scythe. It's my 2 legendary actions left.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that's just the description. You'll still have to click Curtain Call Scythe.
Oh, really? I did. Oh, I see. Why is it like this? There we go. Yeah.
Jesus, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, you cleave into this thing. And the fucking giant penis with legs and teeth is clearly the hated amongst the creatures, as this one is now being nearly dismembered as it, with its last bit of effort, begins to crawl towards Jace, trying to get to him, but you are just not letting him get any closer. He is forced to stay near you as you are cutting off his legs, you are peppering it with holes. It is struggling.
Good.
I am also going to use my... Oh, I didn't regenerate my legendary actions. And I am going to target Mr. Doomebrood. Or should I? Should I let this earthquake just happen? Maybe.
Well, which one casted Dominate Person on me?
The one right next to me, so you're gonna get... I am 15 feet in the air, is that still within spell attack range?
Yeah, the thing is fucking 40 feet tall.
You... get lightning.
Oh, if only Connor got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, with 12 damage, it would need, I think, a nat 1 to fail. But you do rack it with a bit more electricity, and you can see as it's, once again, kind of destroying its body just more and more, gradually breaking it down. All right.
Flint's turn.
Well, nope, there's going to be another legendary action, as now the Witch Maw, the one that you have all beat up so much on, is going to send out a wave of psychic projections. And I need all of you to give me a, I believe, yeah, wisdom saving throw.
This is just an ability, not a spell, right?
Just an ability. I really need to stop.
However, I
accidentally
did get
targeting
a
the wrong
critical
thing.
save on that.
Nice.
Oh,
Oof. Ilharg, Rakdos, and Simple are all going to suffer.
wait, I thought you said it was an ability check.
It was a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I did ability check. Might be.
You still wouldn't pass.
Okay.
So each of you are going to take 13 psychic damage as it begins to assault your brains and your minds with vision, just the worst possible visions you can think of. For Ilharg, it is just a bunch of
Civilization.
it's just like a bunch of hippies hanging out, being peaceful. For Niv Mizzet, it is an IQ test where it comes back below 100. And for Lord Rakdos, it's a bunch of people civilly voting in democracy.
So am I still taking half damage?
You take half damage with the success. So you would only take 7 damage. The others take 13.
I am also resistant to psychic.
So you would take 4 damage.
That is the first damage I've taken so far. And it was 4.
13 damage, right?
Yeah.
13 damage. Yeah, what is that for, Connor? That you just put the, like, each
Dominate
time...
person.
Oh, yeah, you get to make a new wisdom save.
Hold up, I'm recording the damage, and now I'll do the wisdom saves. And also, I looked it up because I was trying to figure out how to get it. But I also noticed something else in the spell.
Okay. I actually didn't realize that. Yeah, so you have advantage now. Unfortunately, that isn't quite enough. As you are still kind of like racked with these thoughts that these things are your allies, not the ones you originally came here with. All right. Any other legendary actions before the Witch Maw goes? All right. The Witch Maw must use its entire turn to make one attack against the closest creature. So that would be either Ilharg or Rakdos. On a 1, it'll be Ilharg. On a 2, it'll be Rakdos. Ilharg. So it is simply going to turn around and try and bite Ilharg. And a 31 will hit. So it does kind of take a chunk out of Ilharg, once again tearing the flesh out of his shoulder muscles. But Ilharg is a big boy, and taking 27 damage is not enough to fell him.
What damage type is it?
It is piercing.
Magical or non-magical?
Everything these things do is magical.
I figured. It was worth an ask.
In the same way that every attack you guys make is magical, same with these. All right, yeah, because you made it do that as its entire turn. Simple. It is now your go, and you must
You are
assist.
dominated.
Yeah, you are dominated, so you must do everything you can to assist the Nephilim.
How can I assist the Nephilim the best? So hear me out. The best way to assist them is to stop Jace. The best way to stop Jace is to dominate him.
I'm sorry. You also have the Witch Maw targeted.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
So Jace will make a wisdom saving throw. I didn't know you had dominate person.
I get it from Oath of Conquest.
All right. Jace is dominated by you.
Okay, you motherfucker,
Oh, wait,
you're
wait,
really gonna
wait,
make
nope.
me burn a counter
Never
spell
mind.
on this.
It is DC 13 and he got a 14.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
doing
thank God. I did not want to use
I-
a spell
I
slot
really-
on you.
I thought that a 14 would fail, but how are you only DC 13 at level 20?
Wait, no, that physically it's using the wrong spellcasting modifier. It should be DC 17.
Yeah, he fails.
Okay, fine.
So, Pat, I got some bad news for you.
What is that?
After your turn, Katie made all of you burn your reactions to attack the closest creature.
Oh, God damn it.
Wait.
Oh, wait,
no,
no, that was before your turn.
Yeah, that- Yeah, that was the end of Ilharg's turn,
Yeah,
not
that
mine.
was the end of Ilharg's turn, so you still can counterspell this if you want.
Okay, I'm not. Yeah, so it's a 15. Do natural or does a 1 count as an automatic fail on a check like this?
Not an ability check, only on an attack roll. So you are guaranteed to counterspell it if you do a normal level counterspell.
Oh, I wait, no, I'm not supposed to target anything. Why is it not rolling? Alright, well, make an ability check using your spellcasting modifier, so...
Yeah, so it's just
I'm just gonna
1d20
roll.
plus 18.
So I think a 35 is better than 18.
A 35
also-
is enough to counter the dominate person. Jesus
Actually,
fucking
I
Christ.
would have to roll a -2 to not counterspell that.
Yeah. Yeah, as the paladin is like, I can do magic, and what is borderline a god of magic just says, no, you can't.
I like to imagine, I just look at Jace and I say mentally, apocalypse.
Thank you for that.
So as that starts going into his head, Niv Mizzet sees what you're doing and intercepts it, and it becomes the fucking meme of Mudvayne going, ah.
Yeah, I know you're dominated, but Niv Mizzet, honestly, does not think you are smart enough to actually go against us, so he wasn't worried about counterspelling the dominate. He is gonna stop you from actively working against us, though.
All right, so that is going to bring us back to the top of the initiative order with Lord Rakdos. What would you like to do?
Hit me again. I really like this scythe thingy.
It's good.
It's fun.
Who knew a god's scythe was good?
Oh, rip.
That's not.
A
That's-
nat 1 is not good. It still does fail 1/5 of the time, or 1/20th of the time.
Okay.
As you take down your scythe, trying to stop the witch maw before it gets closer to Jace, but this thing, it has been cut up so much that by the time you're trying to cut it, someone else has already sliced that part of it off, and your scythe just passes through.
Well, luckily for me, I get 2 attacks. So we're just gonna try it again. Yeah, that one worked.
That one will hit.
Woo!
As you deal enough damage that you split this thing down the middle of its face, and for a moment, it collapses. You were warned at the beginning, these things cannot stay dead, but you have incapacitated this one.
So if they don't stay dead, okay. Well, incapacitated is good enough for me for the time being.
I will say, out of character, it means it's out for the fight, but for lore purposes, it is not dead. They reform over a extremely long period of time.
Oh, okay.
Like hundreds or thousands of years, this thing will not stay dead. For the next minute that it takes for this to be done, it's dead.
Gotcha. Cool. Love to see it.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
What is the hellish rebuke thing I can do again?
If you take damage from something attacking you, you can send a spray of fire back at it.
Okay. I'm good. Next door, get down from there.
All right. Jace goes, and if he gets a 25 or higher on this Arcana check, you guys have won the encounter. That is a 31 as the ritual circle that he is in continues spinning and glowing until all of the runes align. And now, with the power of one of the Nephilim being completely removed from the combat, he is able to focus enough of the energy where the plane starts to shift. The rocks that you're on itself begin to shudder underneath your feet, not from the earthquake, but as the planar separation continues. Niv Mizzet and Lord Rakdos, you find yourselves hurtling back through the portal that Jace summoned you into. Simple, you hear in your mind, the gods must not return to Ravnica. In Jace's voice, you and Ilharg are trapped on this demi-plane with the Nephilim. As Jace seals off the demi-plane, and in doing so, plane shifts to a different plane, sealing Ravnica away from the other planes for as long as the Guildpact is intact.
Nice.
Congratulations, you have all done it.
We did it.
So, yeah, I know that wasn't like anything crazy, but I just thought it would be kind of fun to play with super high level monsters, and also you can get a little bit of foreshadowing on some stuff that you might face later on in the campaign.
I have something very important.
Yes.
Katie, do you know who owns the flyers?
Who owns them? Comcast?
Yeah. But like, so the specific group of Comcast that owns them. Yeah, I just had dinner with that CEO. He's a really cool guy.
You had dinner with Dan Hilferty?
Yeah.
Wow. What is he doing at a water conference?
It wasn't at the water conference. He's on our board. He's our head board member, and I got to sit and have dinner with him. And over how Villanova's better than St. Joe's.
I mean, it's true.
Well,
Yes,
that's
that
really
is
cool.
the man.
That's
That is
awesome.
the man I had the pleasure of meeting tonight, or one of the men.
Yeah, so how did your super high level corporate meeting go?
It was great. I was the youngest person there, and one of the last women